You can't give Will Lutz a second chance. Like that dude.
You can't give Big Nuts Lutz 2 tries at a 40-yarder.
What?
Cause we way too high for you. Tripping like we got too much on. Don't they got love before us? Cause we staying all night long. Yo, when we walk in the club, you better believe we know what's up. Got these girls a little trance, throwing bands and then the dance.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome back to another rendition of the Bros and the Berg podcast. I'm your co-host, Ryan Doyle, joined today, and as always, by my slightly more handsome co-host, Robbie Bergstone, and the man, the myth, the legend who makes this all happen, our executive producer, songwriter, beat maker, whatever, my younger brother, Connor Doyle.
He'd be putting the heat out for real.
That was a lot of titles.
Yeah, you know, you're an important guy, man. You just gotta.
I appreciate that.
We missed you guys last week. We're glad to be back on the pod.
Yeah,
got a lot of good things.
Wherever you are watching us, listening to us, if you're a first time ingester of this content, if you're a return
like that.
we appreciate the continued support. We're recording this on November 15th in the year of 2023. Connor, what are we starting with today?
We're going to start off with the NFL tonight. We have some NFL headlines. Most of our headlines tonight are actually from the NFL. We're going to start out with, apparently, this is speculation. I don't know if this is an official report, but there was speculation that Aaron Rodgers may be ready to return as soon as mid-December, which is pretty ridiculous for an Achilles tear and in terms of a recovery timetable.
Unheard of, I think, is the word you're looking for.
Off the back of that, if quarterback Aaron Rodgers wants to play again this season, he will play again. The New York Jets apparently will not stand in his way if he receives medical clearance, according to Coach Robert Saleh.
Whoa. You're telling me that you would rather have Aaron Rodgers than Zach Wilson?
Blasphemy.
L take, honestly. It's just a bad take.
He also said... Continue.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers also said he was only going to come back and play if they were, quote, in the hunt. Bro, you're 4-5 and Zach Wilson is your quarterback. I don't think you're going to be in the hunt in mid-December, but I could be wrong.
I mean, you can talk that shit, but the Bills have the same record as the Raiders, which we will get into in our NFL segment. So
the Jets are only a half game back.
Yeah, so there is some room to cook. I also read Saleh the other day said that Zach Wilson, quote, looks pretty good, which, I mean, that's probably the highest praise I could give that man.
He looks better than last year. I think I'll give him that, but that's also not saying a lot. So
that's saying nothing, actually. Yeah.
Continuing on with NFL quarterbacks on Wednesday, which is actually today, the Cleveland Browns announced Deshaun Watson will undergo season-ending surgery to repair a fracture in his throwing shoulder.
Crowd goes mild on that one.
Yeah, don't care.
Yeah. L headline, do not care.
Kind of has been a bum. I mean, for the amount of guaranteed money he's gotten, he's definitely been a bum.
I feel bad for Browns fans because now they'll be able to say like, oh, he was hurt this year, that's why he hasn't really been playing that well, and then he's going to come back next year and look just as bad. Yeah. It's going to be crazy. So there's going to be some hopium for Browns fans.
Remember how much Cleveland gave up to get Deshaun Watson? That was it was a lot.
Didn't the Browns also just drag Baker's corpse through the mud when he was injured?
Aren't the Cleveland Browns like the worst organization in the NFL?
Yes.
I don't know, dude. There are some really bad teams in the NFL.
No, yeah.
I saw the other day that I think in the Texans trade to trade up last year, they traded away their first round pick this year. But they still hold the Browns pick from Deshaun Watson. So it was actually like 40 chess that they kept the Browns pick versus their own because they're playing so much better than the Browns are right now. It's probably going to be a higher pick. So
man, CJ Stroud. Don't you which picked him, Robbie? Panthers?
Dude, you could put fucking Tom Brady on the Panthers offense right now, and I don't think he could win games. I legitimately don't think he could.
So kind of a big one this past week, and definitely a surprise to a lot of people. The Buffalo Bills made a big change amid a disappointing turn to an inconsistent season Tuesday, firing offensive coordinator Ken Dorsey and naming quarterback coach Joe Brady as his interim replacement.
Bro, that game Monday night was insane.
Yeah, that was crazy. Russ cooked? Question mark? Why is
Russ
cooking?
Josh Allen looked like shit, and
Yeah.
just possibly the most boneheaded penalty I've ever seen in my life. Bro, how do you have 12 men on the field? They got the field goal unit on the field and got the field goal off with 7 seconds left. And you can't have the right amount of dudes on the field?
Yeah, it's crazy. Will Lutz. You can't give Will Lutz a second chance. Like that
Big
dude.
nuts
You
Lutz?
can't give Big Nuts Lutz 2 tries at a
absolutely
40-yarder.
What?
You heard
Is
us.
that his
Yeah.
What do you mean
All right,
is
man.
that his nickname? What else are you gonna fucking call that man?
His name, his real
No.
name.
No.
William Lutz.
Yeah. I mean, and I did see something else that said that Josh Allen said that he believed that Ken Dorsey would still have his job if the offense just played better. And I think he's talking about himself in that. So it's like Josh Allen has been a little rough in a few games this season.
And
Did you-
let's not forget that the Bills shouldn't have even scored on that last drive if James Cook doesn't get the bounce of his life for that ball to go right back in his hands.
Yep, 100%. And then the last one.
And the only reason they got the PI was because Josh Allen underthrew the fuck out that ball. That DB like went through the receiver.
Yep.
And did you guys see that Trayvon tweeted after the game free 14
Yep.
for Stephon? Yeah.
That's crazy. Yo, Stephon Diggs on the Cowboys.
We know. Or,
Yeah,
I think we're
Him
okay.
and CD would be disgusting, but
moving on to the last headline here. Unfortunately, Cowboys linebacker Leighton Vander Esch season is over because of a neck injury, and it looks like his career also may be in question. Leighton Vander Esch has kind of had a history of some nasty injuries, so I don't think a lot of people will be surprised if he does end up calling it quits after this last one. Obviously,
he
great
wears the
linebacker.
big neck roll too, right?
Yeah,
like
he
he wears
does.
the
Yeah,
thing on
yeah.
the back of his pads.
That's what I mean. He's had bad injuries in the past, so
Yeah.
it's like with another one, it might be time to call it quits for him. Obviously, we wish him the best in terms of recovery. Hopefully, he recovers as fast as possible. And any updates that we have, we will give you throughout the season, obviously, with his condition. So, yeah, we're going to move into our NFL preview for this week. We're going to talk about our favorite lines, our favorite over-unders. So we're going to get into that. Does anybody have a spread or an over-under line that they want to talk about for this coming up weekend?
I already know Ryan's favorite.
Uh-oh.
What would that be, Rob?
Is it by any chance the Cowboys at minus 10.5 versus
It is.
the Carolina Panthers?
It is not. As shocking as that is.
Bro, there's no way the Panthers lose that game by less than 10. There's just simply no way. But
But I
that's not what I'm going to pick either because I can't do that to myself. But
Yeah.
Not so fast.
I'm taking the Lions. I think the Lions -8. The Lions are 7-2 against the spread this year. The Bears are 3-7. I think the Lions are really looking just to beat the piss out of the Bears, and I think they're going to get it done. The Lions want to prove that they're the third best team in the NFC, maybe the second if the Niners keep faltering the way they do. So yeah, I like Lions -8.
I'll take mine next. I don't know if this line has been updated since we learned that Deshaun Watson is out, but the Browns are a point favorite against the Steelers. Bro, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, even as the Steelers team isn't great, but they keep winning, and I really don't think the Browns are beating them with Dorian Thompson-Robinson.
Dude, how are both those teams 6-3?
Correct.
That doesn't even make doesn't even make sense.
But
How
I
are
mean,
they-
I
the
think
Chargers are 4-5.
I think the Steelers win that game outright, so I think they cover a point.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go to the aforementioned Cowboys Panthers game on the 10.5 spread and take the Cowboys covering a 10.5 spread because the Panthers are terrible. Like they're real bad.
There is just simply no talent.
Micah Parsons might have double-digit sacks this game.
Our offensive line
that's
is
the
so bad. We're like, it doesn't matter if Bryce Young is going to be good in the league or not because we're just going to break him before he has a chance to be good. So,
Yeah. 100%. So do we want to go to our favorite over-unders for this coming up weekend? Does anybody have something that's sticking out to them?
Steelers Browns at 32 is a sickos game.
That is just
I think the under is going to hit. Like,
what?
like I could see like 13-7. Like that wouldn't surprise me.
Terrible. That's so bad.
Yeah.
So
Just
take it?
because I'm a sicko, I'm taking the under. And
I respect. I'm going to go in the opposite direction. I think this is going to be a really good game, especially with Kyler Murray being back and the way that CJ Stroud has been playing lately.
Mm.
Cardinals Texans 48.5 is a lot. I think they hit that. I think this is going to be a shootout between Kyler and CJ. I think it's gonna be a fun game. So I'm gonna take the over in that one.
Yeah, the biggest difference in lines this
Yeah.
week. I love it.
I'm going to take an over-under that if you had told me that I would have taken an over that involved this team before the season began, I would have laughed in your face. It's a lot to do with the last 2 weeks, too. To give you a hint, their new quarterback is Josh Dobbs on the other side of the ball. Joshua Dobbs, who is indeed also cooking. Russell Wilson has been playing very well in the last 2 weeks. I'm gonna actually take the line is 42.5 for the over under for the Vikings at the Denver Broncos. I'm gonna go over. I think that game's gonna be a bit of a shootout. And like I said, and I was referring to the Broncos before. If you told me I'd take an over on a Broncos game this year, I would have laughed in your face.
They've won 3 in a row, and their last 2 wins are the Chiefs and the Bills.
That's what I mean. And,
you can't hate on the Broncos right now.
And they've scored 27, 31, and excuse me, that was Minnesota. They've got 24, 22, 19. I mean, nothing crazy there, but I feel like the Vikings will be able to score enough because they typically score around in the 30s. So I feel like it'll be enough to get them over the 42.5 line.
Dude, I'm starting Dobbs this week in fantasy.
He's like number
going
or something.
Going against the Broncos Sunday night, starting with the most talented receiver he's ever had, and JJ coming back.
That's crazy. It could be nasty.
The Vikings, dare I say, are they back?
It might have been a good thing that they weren't able to get Jameis Winston, even though we wanted to see Jameis in Minnesota. That would have been crazy.
They might get Justin Jefferson back this week too.
That's what I'm saying. Like he's going to have the most talented receiver to start with that he's ever thrown to.
Yeah.
So I mean, he could cook, and I gotta say, I'm a Cowboys fan, through and through. I love the Vikings uniforms. I love that purple, yellow, white. I think it's such a sick combination, and I don't know why, but like Josh Dobbs is like cooking in that uniform.
Minnesota's my second favorite team. We've been knowing this.
Kirk Cousins.
We've been knowing this.
Balls have a permanent resting spot on your chin.
I did pick them to make the Super Bowl this year, so I am in fact a
true.
Vikings fan.
That is
for
true.
this season. So.
Did you predict Josh Dobbs to take them to that said Super Bowl?
I did. If you go back and watch that, I did say that. I predicted this whole outcome.
We'll put the VOD right here.
So Robbie, what do you think the Panthers need to do, my man?
Probably just entirely blow up the team. Honestly,
They've done that like 4 times.
I saw a video or a picture, and it was Cam Newton and Christian McCaffrey like hugging each other after we beat the Cardinals when Cam had his "I'm back" game. Better times.
He wasn't back.
He was.
No, but he was back for that game. For that one singular game, he was back, and it was a beautiful moment.
It was.
But that was the last time I was happy as a Panthers fan, and since then it's been just entirely downhill. So,
also, are the Houston Texans about to make the playoffs?
Yes.
Wow.
It seems to be.
Is CJ Stroud a top 10-8 quarterback? Where is he? Where is he right now?
Not in the first season.
You're not getting ahead of yourself?
Close. No. He's had 2 really good weeks, but like when he played the Panthers, he looked like dog shit. So
true.
I'm an absolute Debbie Downer hater when it comes to Ohio State quarterback. So I was like the first one to do the opposite of glazing when he came out of school. I thought he was going to be an absolute bust. So he's 100% proven me wrong, and I'm sure a lot of other people hold that kind of same sentiment with Ohio State, especially going to one of the worst teams in the league, and all of a sudden they're above 500 fighting for a wild card.
They've drafted really well receiver. Nico Collins and Tank Dell both look fantastic.
Nico's a stud. So, front office is doing good for the Texans right now.
He's figuring the offense out. That's what it's all about. We're going to move on from the NFL. We're going to get into a little bit of NBA action. The NBA season is in full swing, and we are more through the season than we were when we last discussed it. Currently on top of the Eastern.
That's how that works. Yeah, that is how that works, Connor.
That's a good point.
Currently on top of the Eastern Conference is the Philadelphia 76ers sitting at 8-2, tied with the Boston Celtics, who are also sitting at 8-2. On top of the West, it is the 9-2 defending champions Denver Nuggets, who did lose to the Houston Rockets the other day. So pump the brakes. And then also the Timberwolves are 8-2 on top of the
7-game win streak. Also the Heat on a 6-game heater after being 1-4.
It's pretty crazy. There's some interesting happenings right now in the NBA. Remember how I predicted that the Bulls would like be okay? Yeah, they're 4-7. They're 12th
Tough luck.
in the Eastern Conference.
It's
The
tough luck.
Hornets the Hornets are 3-7.
The Hornets suck like we thought they would.
The Dallas Mavericks are
Not in
8-3.
last, baby.
Yeah, this is true. The Rockets are 6-3 and fourth in the Western Conference. Which what the hell?
Huh?
That's Who did that? And then the Clippers, with James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Kawhi Leonard, and Paul George are 3-7.
Haven't won a game since they got James Harden.
Have not won a game.
And
What is
to
James Harden? What is
absolutely-
James Harden's record this year? It's got to be bad, right?
Yeah, it's not good.
Oh, I'm
and
sure.
absolutely no one's surprised the Mavs are leading the West in points per game.
No.
No one's shocked by that in the slightest. But they also are giving up the most points of any current position playoff team.
Mm-hmm.
So the overs are hitting. Take that as you will.
Did you guys see the Dallas Mavericks announcer that talked about James Harden and like how he was the issue with every team that he's gone to? Did you not see that?
Mm-mm.
This Mavericks announcer went on a 3-minute monologue, and he started off. He was like, "Hey, stream this to the locker room. See if James can hear this." And he went on like a 3-minute monologue on how James Harden is the problem with every team he goes to. It's actually like, Ryan, you should go watch it. It's kind of crazy.
But for real, like, is he wrong?
No.
No.
What he said wasn't wrong. It's kind of crazy. It was just like, wow, he's just spitting facts right now. Dude, James Harden, they lost a game, right? The Clippers lost a game the other day, and he was getting interviewed. And somebody asked him something along the lines of like about the new system that he's in with the Clippers or whatever, entire new system. And basically he's like, I'm not a system player. I am the system. I was like, yeah, that would have been true 5 years ago. You were not the same player you were.
You are not him.
James Harden was never this like great. I mean, he's a great scorer. Like he never went out and like shot the ball and did all this stuff. He just got to the free throw line like fucking 20 times a game. Like his system was just getting fouled.
Yeah.
Correct.
I mean, he's also
He won scoring titles. I caught myself saying he's not a great scorer because that's just wrong because he did win multiple scoring titles. But
2 seasons back to back, he was like right behind Curry in like 3-point shooting too. So it's like he has that attached to his name. So, but yes, I mean most of it they had to change the league rules because of James Harden because he was getting to the free throw line too much. So it's like change.
And it's also part of the reason I think that he oftentimes his teams didn't do well in the playoffs because they generally don't call the playoff games as tight.
They swallow their whistles more.
Yeah.
Yep.
To go back quickly to just the general NBA. So the in-season tournament is obviously currently underway. So I will read you the leaders currently of each group. East Group A, the leader is currently the Pacers, who are on top of the Hawks, 76ers, Cavs, and Pistons. East Group B, the top of the group, is the Miami Heat, who are currently ahead of the Bucks, Hornets, Knicks, and Wizards. East Group C, the top of the group, is the Celtics, who are currently ahead of the Nets, Raptors, Bulls, Magic. Onto the Western Conference. West Group A is currently the Lakers are on top with the Jazz, Trailblazers, Suns, and Grizzlies trailing. West Group B, the top is the Denver Nuggets with the Rockets, Pelicans, Mavericks, and Clippers trailing. And then West Group C, the top is the Timberwolves with the Kings, Warriors, Thunder, and Spurs trailing.
Hey, Hornets 1-1 in the postseason in the in-season tournament, baby. Let's get it. We're in it.
Let them cook.
In terms of the NBA, that is all that I had. Just kind of wanted to give a quick recap of where we are at in the season. But that's going to lead us into a little game we're going to play here on the podcast real quick. Now, if you've seen a previous little quiz show that we do called Quiz Olympics, you will have seen this before. Basically, we're just going to rehash that round. I'm just going to call it the NBA lineup game for the time being. I'm going to read you one player at a time from a historical NBA lineup, and you guys, whoever's the first one to guess it, just wins. They win that point. We'll do 5 of them, and whoever gets the majority out of the 5, you'll be the winner.
Do we get to put in a guess after each player and just throw something out there?
I'm going to say that if you
guess and get it wrong, are you out, or do you get to just take a guess?
No, you get to take a guess, but you have to buzz in. And if you buzz in and get it wrong, then you have to let the other person guess before you're allowed to guess again.
Why don't you let us just each give a guess after each player and like
that's fine. We can do that too.
No, because then we could just steal each other's answers. So yeah, we probably should buzz in.
All right. So we're gonna start out here. Here's your first player from this lineup, Dennis Johnson.
Ryan. The Atlanta
You have to give me
Hawks.
the year too.
Oh, fuck no. 87 Hawks.
No.
I don't think I could give you a team that Dennis Johnson played for. I'm just going to be completely honest.
Hey, he averaged 16 points a game in this season. So,
My apologies to Dennis Johnson. I was not
Dennis
familiar
Johnson.
with your game.
I love that, dude.
All right, we'll go to Danny Ainge is the next player in this lineup.
When did Ainge play?
Robbie,
Robbie,
87-88 Celtics.
incorrect.
That was going to be like my guess exactly. Like actually exactly. 85-86 Celtics.
That is correct. This is the 1989 to 1986 Boston Celtics.
Hey, honestly, for two players, that was pretty good. It was Danny Ainge that really got us there.
Yeah, I was gonna say late 80s Celtics, so thank you for helping me along.
Do you guys want me to tell you if one of you gets the team or the year, like how close the year, like how do you want to do that? Because like I don't want to
Tell us no, don't tell us the team because then we're just gonna start throwing out random years. So don't tell us anything.
Okay. So just to read the rest of that lineup, it was at the point guard, averaging 16 points a game, and Dennis Johnson, Danny Ainge at the 2, at the 3, Larry Bird, at the 4, Robert Harris, and at the 5, Kevin McHale.
If I'd heard Larry Bird, I would have known it was a little bit earlier. But
I have to go to the lesser known people. That's what.
That's
yeah,
fair.
none of us were familiar with Dennis Johnson's game.
I was not familiar with this game.
Yeah, 100%. Here we go. Here is the next one I have for you.
Let me cook.
Oh God, I'm trying. Mark Iavaroni.
Definitely not familiar with this game. We'll just get that out there now.
Averaged 5 points a game, so
Hell yeah.
not as good as Dennis Johnson.
Yeah.
Is it pre 2000 or post 2000? You gotta
Pre 2000.
All right.
All right, we'll go into the next one. Andrew Toney.
You could be naming dudes I went to high school with. I mean,
Bro, I don't even have a team right now. I simply have no idea.
All right, we'll go to the
I don't have an era.
Maurice Cheeks.
Did you
I
say
know
Maurice?
this name. Yeah, you heard that correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure I heard right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with his game.
Yeah. Andrew Toney averaged 20 points a game, by the way, this season. So we're up.
Cool. Like,
I'm apparently a disgusting casual.
I am for sure.
All right. Do you want the fourth name or any guesses?
Yes, please.
All right. Moses Malone.
Okay. What year?
Damn.
Are we just that bad at like basketball?
This one's definitely harder than the last one.
The fact that it's pre 2000s definitely hurts me too because I'm a nephew and I only know teams post Kobe era. So
My nephew. I know Malone played for the Sixers.
Throw a guess. Somebody throw a guess before the last name.
83 Sixers.
82, 83, or 83, 84.
Both, Connor. Like the fuck?
Robbie,
Is it the right team?
I have a feeling that you're right. Partially is why he's saying that. So I'll take 82, 83.
Ryan, is that okay with you?
Yeah, Connor, that's great.
Robbie gets the point. It was the 82 to 83. That's a tough one.
That is disgusting.
That is absolutely disgusting. Here we go. We're going to get into the next one here. Russell Westbrook.
Robbie.
Robbie.
The let's go 12 to 13 Thunder.
Incorrect.
Damn.
The 2021-2022 Lakers.
Incorrect.
That's a good guess.
Thank you.
All right. We'll go to Serge Ibaka.
Did he play for?
Robbie.
10
to 11 Thunder.
Incorrect.
They play together on the Rockets.
I was thinking that too.
That's my ponder at the moment, but I don't know.
I know that
year.
I know they played together on the Thunder. That's why I'm hitting the Thunder.
I think was it 17, 18 Rockets?
Incorrect. I will clarify. These are all. This is only the starting lineups, and I don't think Serge started that year.
Was he?
Right.
He was on the Rockets, wasn't he?
I think he was, but he was on the bench. Yeah,
it was kind of mid.
All right. We'll go to Steven Adams.
Okay. Well,
okay. I was on the right team from the start. I just got to get the years correct. What have I said so far?
You said
10 to 11.
And then 11. Ryan.
No, he said 12, he said 12, 13.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
So 11, 12 Thunder.
Incorrect.
No, that's too early for Adams. That's way too early for Adams.
13, 14 Thunder.
Yeah, it's 13. Yeah.
Incorrect.
We're terrible.
Kevin Durant.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I've been dancing around it. I'm just bad at years, apparently.
Thanks, Connor.
Yeah, you're welcome. Any guesses?
When did Russ leave the Thunder?
14, 15 Thunder?
Incorrect.
He wasn't. Steven Adams wasn't there till 2013.
What have we said? 13, 14.
We said 10, 11, 11, 12, 12, 13, 13, 14, 14, 15. We've said 5 of them.
15, 16 Thunder.
That is correct. It is the 15, 16 Thunder.
What? I mean, so who was the last one?
It was
Andre Robertson.
KD's last year.
Andre Robertson was the last one.
I mean, we could have been theoretically correct on multiple of those years for the first 4 guys. That's the problem.
Hey, you're not wrong. You're not
You're a
wrong.
little slut.
Yeah, well, what can I say?
I got 2 points though. Get shit on.
All right, here you go. Here you go. Next one, Tayshaun Prince.
Robbie. 1000 to 1001 Pistons.
Incorrect.
I was gonna say 0203 Pistons.
Incorrect. We
knew who he was.
Rasheed Wallace.
Robbie.
I mean, we're there.
0102 Pistons.
Incorrect.
Damn it! 04 Pistons.
That's correct. It is the 03. Damn it! It's coming down to the last one. There's one more left.
Hey, the 2000s were locked in though, for real.
Yeah.
That was
we knew it was that year, in those years.
It all comes down to this. It's 2-2.
So I made this one pretty hard. Does this one need to be kind of hard?
Nah, just whatever you had ready.
I'm hard enough for the both of us.
Well, I've got like a number, so that's what I'm looking. All right, here we go. We'll go Otis Thorpe.
Okay, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Otis Thorpe averaged 14 points a game and 11 rebounds. So I need you to familiarize yourself with Otis Thorpe.
Again, not familiar with this game.
Ryan, 73-74 Lakers.
That's incorrect.
Yeah, I'm shocked.
All right, we'll go to the next one here. Vernon Maxwell.
Oh, I know that name.
I don't have a team. Simply don't have a team.
Yeah.
All right. Robert Ory.
Robbie. 96, 97 Spurs.
Incorrect. Any guesses, Ryan?
Wasn't Robert Ory also?
He was also on the Lakers at one point.
Yeah.
Even though the next 2 names are Shaq and Kobe, we know what team it is. But I don't think Otis Thorpe or the Maxwell guy were on the Lakers. Could be wrong. Could definitely be wrong.
I'm going to say...
Is Ryan going to cook?
Fuck no. 1993 Rockets.
It was the 93 to 94 Houston Rockets.
Dude, that came on.
That was so far off.
And it that's
GG, honestly.
What the hell? What was that? How did you know that?
He did.
Yeah,
he literally just got
it.
Quite possibly the luckiest throw out of all time.
So the starting lineup was the next one I was going to give you was Kenny Smith, and then the last one was Hakeem Olajuwon.
Figured, yeah.
No way, you just got that from Otis Thorpe.
I don't think I knew that Robert Horry was on the Rockets. I don't think I was aware of that.
I did know Robert Horry was on the
I don't
Rockets.
think I knew that.
Ryan,
And I don't know. All right. Well, okay.
That was
Good show,
insane.
man.
I'm stunned and aghast.
Bewildered, if you will. I will say that Hakeem Olajuwon averaged 27 points, 12 rebounds, and 4 blocks in that season. So that's
also
really fucking good.
I also definitely thought Horry was on those Spurs before the Lakers, so I'm just really off.
Yeah, you're just bad.
He played for the Rockets, then the Suns, then the Lakers.
I knew Horry was on the
Then the
Rockets.
Spurs.
I knew he was on
Did
the
not know
Rockets.
that. Did not know that.
All right. Awesome. So yeah, Ryan wins 3-2 in a 5-game series. Ryan ends up winning with a clutch shot at the end here. We're going to get into our next thing. We're going to do our pick'em games for
Real quick before we move on from the NBA. You're skipping over a really fun event that happened in the last night's game between some of the biggest dickheads
Draymond
in the league.
Yeah.
I actually have a take related to this, but continue.
That's why I figured there had to be something we could cook about. So it was a 3-person ejection. Believe it was Thompson, Draymond, and was Gobert
McDaniels.
also?
Gobert?
No, Gobert stayed out as McDaniels.
Oh, McDaniels. That's right.
Yeah, because Gobert was actually.
Speaking of
incapacitated.
breaking news, just in, Draymond got fined almost $800,000.
Damn.
And suspended 5 games.
So
He did literally put.
does
Rudy
someone want to
Gobert in
does
the
someone
headlock.
want to explain exactly what happened?
Draymond Green's kind of a clown.
Well, that's not. It doesn't
So,
explain.
so you know how in hockey they have
Warm
like guys that they call goons, and like their entire job is just to like cause issues and like get in fights. Like, dude, Draymond's just a goon now. Like, he doesn't really play basketball that much anymore. Like, he's literally just there to like be a goon. Like, that's his entire job now. So
before we start, grab it off. I'll explain what happened in the actual game.
Oh, okay.
So the Warriors and Timberwolves were playing each other, and so Klay Thompson was guarding Jaden McDaniels. And so basically to kind of track him, Klay had a hand on him, but he kind of had a handful of jersey. And so Jaden McDaniels was kind of moving around, and he got a little aggressive because he felt that Klay was kind of holding him. And so he started like holding Klay's jersey basically, and they started like kind of tossing each other around. Klay's jersey ended up getting ripped. And then to separate this, Rudy Gobert tried to step in and basically pull him away. Get them apart from each other, and then Draymond for some reason thought that Gobert was like in the fight, and he put Gobert in a chokehold.
So
and,
apparently he thought like Gobert was going for Thompson's throat when he was very clearly just trying to get Klay like out of there. Which like Rudy Gobert's a shithead too. Let's not like act like he's not a shithead. Yeah,
but in that instance, he was trying to separate the fight
for sure. Yeah, exactly. Draymond put him in a fucking headlock.
It just turned into goon on goon crime.
Gobert's face, he's like being dragged away by Draymond. He's like, what is going on?
He has his hands up. He's like, I'm not doing anything.
So Klay, Rudy Gobert, and Jane Daniels each got fined $25K each, and then Draymond got hit with.
Gobert's like, fucking Draymond, pay my fine, you goober.
Right?
God Almighty, man! Yeah, that's crazy.
It was like the first 2 minutes into the game.
It was the first game in 25 years that someone was ejected before their first point was scored. I saw that stat on ESPN.
Such a
today.
good stat.
Saw that stat today on ESPN.
That's wild.
Of course, ESPN was trying to find any and all like.
Dude, I was at the gym on the treadmill, and the entire like time I was on the treadmill, they were just showing the fight over and over again. They spent so much time on it. It was awesome,
and it turned into a good game. Minnesota won a close one down the stretch. They won by like 3 points. So, but the only thing anyone's going to remember is them acting like assholes.
Did you see them the camera shot to Steph where he was on the bench? He was just like mad confused. He was like, "What the hell's happening right now?"
Gobert said after the game, he's like, "Once I saw Steph was out, I knew Draymond was going to pull some shit." Like that's pretty much like what he said. He's like, "Once I saw Steph was sitting, like
that's
I knew Draymond was probably going to get ejected."
Damn.
And Draymond got bored.
So yeah, we had obviously. Thank you, Ryan. We did have to cover that.
And then they kept showing. I missed this one, but I guess whenever they played the Cavs, Draymond and Donovan Mitchell got into it too. Because like Donovan Mitchell was like following a fast break, and Draymond pretty much just shoved him into the sands. And so then Draymond got the inbounds pass, and Donovan Mitchell runs from across the court and just like pushes Draymond for a foul, and they just get in each other's faces. And yeah, Draymond's a goon. Like that's my take. Is Draymond is no longer a basketball player? He's just the Warriors goon.
Yeah, well, it happens. Someone's got to be right. It's got to be someone. All right, we're gonna move in.
One more thing. I love the NBA. Big big baller, big hooper, Robert Ory. I did see that Big Baby Davis was convicted in insurance fraud scheme. He got indicted by a New York grand jury for $5 million. He was defrauding people on an insurance fraud.
Was he ever on a General commercial? The commercial Shaq does?
He might have been, man. I
feel like I'm remembering that, but that might be just completely wrong.
Yeah. So I thought that was really, really funny. Apparently there was the Terrence Williams, who was a first-round draft pick of the New Jersey Nets, who was the ringleader of this operation, got sentenced to over a decade in prison.
Damn.
Don't commit insurance fraud, kids. Don't do it.
Yeah.
One more NBA headline real quick. The Bulls are open to trading Zach LaVine. Apparently they are
LaVine's not thrilled
looking
with
at that. No, I think he wants to be traded.
He wasn't thrilled with getting interviewed about it after the last Bulls game.
Apparently the main suitor is the 76ers, but they're going to wait probably to see if they can get his price down a little bit. And then we'll explore that a little bit more.
I feel like, what are they going to give up? Just picks or because you don't want to give up Maxey if that's the price, but
no way they're giving up Maxey, dude. He's been cooking.
Yeah,
no, I know. Good. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what they would ask. We're going to move on from the NBA. We're going to get into our college football. We're going to do our pick'em games. We have 5 games. Once again, we're going to go down the list. Robbie, go ahead and introduce the first one.
Well, before we do that, we have to hit the standings, Connor.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
I don't know why you keep glossing over this.
Pause.
So, I'm not keeping track of it, dude. I'm locked in over here.
My bad.
In last place, he is now over 500. We got Ryan sitting at 23-22 after a 3-2 week last week.
Another day in the office, baby.
Connor, so we didn't obviously do picks last week doing the podcast, but the week before, Connor was the only one to pick his alma mater in Bedlam, which they did win, leading him to a 4-1 week. Coming in at 26-19. Only game you missed was you picked K-State over Texas.
I did.
Yeah, we did.
Which almost happened.
Correct. And then I also had a 3-2 week. I'm at 30-15 on the season. So
yeah. I'm getting
4 games back.
Yeah,
4 games
I'm
back.
sniffing your heels right now.
We still got continue. Still got 2 weeks left the regular season, conference championship week, and then maybe we'll pick some bowl games.
We got to pick the bowl game. Yeah, we got to pick every single bowl game. There's a podcast where we pick every single bowl game.
Should we set up a little ESPN thing and have all of our people that watch the podcast,
all of our fans,
and bowl pick them? Do some bowl mania.
Yeah,
right,
that'd be lit.
Let's do it. Let's do
that.
Anyways, on to the pick'em games for this week. Just as a disclaimer, we're not picking the Tennessee Georgia game because I'm tired of picking Georgia games knowing that they're going to win the game. So we're going to do something a little more interesting this week. I think all of these will be good chance these are all split, I think. There's some good, more under the radar games this week. So first up, big time ACC matchup. We got Louisville visiting Miami. Louisville is only favored by 1 point down in Coral Gables. So who wants to take this one?
I'm seeing Miami's favored by half a point.
Has very well changed since I looked at it 30 minutes ago.
ESPN has Miami at favored by half a point.
Sorry, I put it wrong. I see Miami favored by 1 on the Bleacher Report. So yeah, apologies. Miami is favored at 6-4 Hurricanes, favored by 1 against Louisville. Tyler Van Dyke is back, is probably part of it as well. Miami's quarterback is playing again.
Okay, he didn't play against FSU, did he?
I don't think so. But also, I don't know that I care.
Yeah.
Miami's just simply not very good. Even with Van Dyke back, I like the Cardinals, and I think if Louisville wins this game, I think they clinch their spot in the ACC championship game. So
they do.
A lot to play for there. I think Louisville will get it done.
I'm not even going into the statistics, the deep dive. I'm obviously the residential college football expert sitting at 23 and 22.
Of course.
Correct.
Yep.
The one thing I'm going to look at is the fact that I can go on Vivid Seats right now and buy a ticket to this game for $7.
They were selling the buy one.
Yeah, I saw this too. I was getting to that. It was buy one, get 2 tickets free. So because of that, Miami, fuck them. I mean, they got no passion, no energy.
Facts.
It's going to be the Cardinals.
There is no passion. There is no vision. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna be not so fasting in this scenario. I think it's kind of blasphemous that Miami is favored by
Favored.
0.5 or a
But
point to begin with.
does Vegas know something?
They seem to.
do.
They always do. I'm also going to go with the Louisville, the Cardinals here. I don't really see a reasoning to go for Miami here. Obviously, Louisville's currently ranked number 10 in the CFP rankings, which I think is a little high, to be completely honest, especially a team that lost to Pitt earlier in the season. I don't know if that's I don't know. But regardless, I think that they're going to take care of business this weekend, and I think that they're going to beat Miami. So that's unanimous there.
The next game up, one of the stories of the year that's really gone under the radar, probably just because of how good the Pac-12 has been.
Yeah.
We got Utah visiting Arizona, who is ranked 17, is 7-3 on the season, is having just a phenomenal year, way better than anyone thought they were going to have. Ranked 17. So Utah down in the desert for this one. Who wants to go first here?
I'll do it. Even, without obviously, there's still so many question marks about, Cam Rising, where did he go? What's his injury kind of thing? Like, what, he's still not recovered? Like, people thought he would be back, whatever. I think this Utah, their backup that they've been utilizing, I think he's been fine this season. He's nothing super special, but obviously he is good enough to get them to a 7-3 record. They were able to hang with Washington last week, only losing by 1 touchdown. Michael Penix is him. So the fact that you only lost to Michael Penix by 1 touchdown definitely says something. Arizona barely beat Colorado last week, who obviously Colorado was searching for probably not going to get a bowl game, which is kind of wild after what happened at the beginning of the season. I'm going to go with Utah. I feel like they found ways to pull it out, even though the Arizona obviously has some impressive wins over, Wazoo, Oregon State, UCLA. And they went to, triple overtime with USC, even though USC hasn't been as good. I think Utah has had one really bad game against Oregon this year. But outside of that, I feel like they're a very complete team. I feel like they play together. I think Utah's going to get it done here this weekend.
Not so fucking fast.
Damn.
Not so damn fast. Arizona is having, like Robbie said, a relatively historic year for how bad people thought they were going to be. Obviously, the Pac-12 has been very talented this year. They have some really impressive wins, beating Colorado, UCLA, Oregon State, Washington State, losing in triple overtime in the Coliseum against USC was a tough one. They have a solid defense. They play smart football. They don't turn the ball over too much. I think they're going to be really hyped up again to have a nice home game. 2:30 in the afternoon. No Pac-12 after dark shenanigans. I think they're going to take
12:30 local kick there.
Yeah. So it's a noon kick for them local. But I think they're going to defend their home turf, and I think they're going to win this game.
I'm going to agree with my redheaded co-host Ryan on this one.
Connor's
damn it.
I think this is gonna be a really tight game. I do think it comes down to that Arizona's at home. I think it's gonna be rocking. They haven't had a very good team recently. That stadium's gonna be packed out, I'm sure. If Cam Rising was playing, this might be a different game. Like Connor said, the backup's been serviceable, but Arizona's been hot, man. They also only lost to Washington by a touchdown. Also gave them a scare, gave USC a scare, and have been on a tear since that game. I think they ride the momentum and pull out another impressive Pac-12 win this weekend at home.
Yeah, I get you.
Next up, another line that surprised me.
I'm passionate about this one.
We got the North Carolina Tar Heels visiting the Clemson Tigers, and Clemson is favored by a full touchdown at home. At home. They got the 20th ranked team in the nation coming in, and they're favored by a full tutty.
You want me to give it to you, Rob? You want me to give it to you straight?
Give it to me.
Clemson wins and covers. UNC
Is that confident?
UNC is not good. UNC beat Duke in a double overtime this past week. They lost to Virginia and they lost to Georgia Tech. Guess who Clemson just beat by 21, Robbie? Guess who Clemson just beat by 3 scores, Robbie? Georgia Tech. Now, has Clemson been a little rough this year? Definitely. Has Dabo not really had his guys, in the right mindset? 100%. They lost to Miami in double overtime, which UNC did end up beating, and they lost to North Carolina State. But guess what? They got their heads back on, and they beat Notre Dame, and then they just beat Georgia Tech. I think Clemson has got their heads screwed on straight. I think that Clemson is going to have a good game here at home against a ranked opponent. I think this game could, this could be like a 2-score game. This could be 17-point difference here. This could be a 3-score game. I think Clemson wins, and I'm pretty confident about it. I don't think UNC is going to play. I don't think UNC is going to show up. Clemson Tigers.
Rob,
I think you're a little crazy because Drake May is going to put up points on Clemson. Let's not get it twisted.
Bad.
Let's not get twisted. Drake May is going to put up points on Clemson. That being said, Clemson is playing much better football right now than North Carolina is.
Yeah.
They've not played well in recent weeks. Clemson has figured it out. And as much as I want to take the Tar Heels because I just kind of enjoy seeing Clemson lose in general.
I don't disagree.
I do think Clemson wins. I don't think they cover. I think it's going to be tight. I think UNC's offense is talented enough to put up some points on them. I think Drake May is going to have a pretty good game. But I think Clemson pulls out a close one. I don't think they cover 7.
Right.
I think it's going to be a clean sweep for the Tigers in this one.
Damn.
North Carolina has played some pretty shitty football over the past month, barely escaping a bad Virginia team, or losing to a bad Virginia team, losing to Georgia Tech, like you mentioned, barely escaping Duke in a shootout last week. Vegas obviously knows something. Vegas feels pretty confident that Clemson's going to win this at home. And for once, I'm actually going to listen to Vegas on this one. I think we're gonna go with the Tigers.
Apparently UNC is actually still alive for the SEC championship game. If Louisville loses and Carolina wins their next 2 games, they will be in the SEC championship. Fun fact.
Louisville's not going to let that fucking happen.
Correct. This next game up, we got the Battle of the Sunflower State.
This is crazy.
We got Kansas State visiting Kansas, who's favored by 8 points.
Which is interesting because if you look at ESPN's matchup predictor, it gives Kansas State a 79.5% chance to win.
That's crazy.
In contrast, much so to the line.
Crazy.
This one's hard. One, I'm struggling with this one.
They're both playing like dog shit.
Well, you say that. I mean, Kansas State just hung 59 on Baylor and barely lost to Texas. And hung 40. What are you talking about? They hung 41 on Houston and then 41 on TCU.
I guess I'm thinking back to when they lost to Texas. They should have won that game.
Correct, but I mean they are hanging points on Texas.
And they also lost to you guys. So I just kind of assume that they're dog shit. Anyways, continue.
Wow, that was disrespectful.
That's tough.
That's tough. Am I going first again? Because I still have no idea. I don't know. I don't know what to do. So when I checked the ESPN and I was checking the scores last week because I didn't get around obviously to watching every game, and I saw that Kansas lost to Texas Tech 16-13. I said that's got to be wrong. It was true. It was in fact true, and I don't know what to make of this game, to be completely honest. Obviously, it's at Kansas, but I mean it's essentially a split 50-50 game given that they're not super far away from each other. They're in the same state. Obviously, there will be a home crowd advantage, but probably not, not as much as they're used to. Man, I'm struggling with this one because I don't know if it's going to be like a bounce back game for Kansas after an embarrassing loss to Texas Tech last week. But Kansas State is just putting up points, dude. Kansas State is just putting up points. I'm going to go K-State. And I when I started this, I thought I was going to go Kansas when they were the home team, but I am going to go Kansas State because they have not scored. They have not scored under 30 in their last 6 games.
Let me clarify the line here because what I'm looking at is just inherently wrong.
Yeah.
Or no, I have
7.5 Kansas.
Yep.
No, I see K-State favored by 8.
Mine says Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. You're right. Sorry, Kansas State's.
And for some reason in my in the Bleacher Report app, they have it wrong. They have it on Kansas. Kansas State is favored by 8 points and are a minus 340 favorite in this game. So I'm gonna go with
Vegas. I'm gonna go with the favorites. I'm gonna go with K-State. I don't think Kansas's defense has enough to put up with the amount of points that Kansas has been scoring. Kansas has been struggling. I mean, they barely beat Iowa State a couple weeks ago too. So
yeah. This is a no-brainer. Kansas lost their second string quarterback halfway through the first quarter of the Texas Tech game. The guy that came in was 9 for 20 with a couple of picks and 90 yards the remainder of the game. He looked uncomfortable the entire game. Texas Tech got after him. K-State's front seven is good enough to put some pressure on this man. I think K-State win. K-State at home against a third string quarterback, 2 tutties easy.
Not so fast. because you're wrong. They're not starting a backup quarterback because it's fucking Bean time, baby.
Bean's back, yeah.
Bean is back.
Bean's back.
Bean's back. No, I just kind of want to go against you guys. And it being a rivalry game, it being at home for Kansas, it's one of those things you're sitting there. It's a no-brainer. Kansas State's going to win. Is Kansas State a better team than Kansas? Probably. But it's a rivalry game. They're at home. It's going to get a little weird.
Yeah.
Give me the Jayhawks.
I don't hate that big. This one's, like I said, I think this one's the hardest of the weekend for me.
The last game, I think I just completely. Actually, my app was just
Just bugging. You want me to read the line? I can tell you
No, that line is correct. We have the number 5 ranked Washington Huskies visiting the Oregon State Beavers.
DJU.
And the Oregon State Beavers are favored by 2.5.
Which is diabolical, by the way. That is
that's
heinous.
gross. Yeah,
that is who? Michael Penix. Michael Penix has 3,500 yards, 28 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions compared to DJ's 2,200 yards, 20 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions.
Well, the way Oregon State wins this game is they run the ball and don't let Michael Penix have it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Clock
That's the way they win this game. Yep. I'll go first. I haven't gone first yet. I picked Washington to make the college football playoff in the preseason. If you think I'm going against Michael Penix now, you're wrong. Give me the Huskies on the road.
Hell yeah.
Super close game. Corvallis is terrifying, especially this time of year, especially in a night game too. I guess it'll be not quite a night game for them, but it gets dark early now. So it'll be dark by the end of the game. Give me the Huskies though. I think they go into Corvallis, they pull it out. Although that is a place where national championship dreams go to die. I would know, seen it happen many times, but I still think Washington pulls this one out.
Washington is on destiny mode this year. I think they are the best team on the West Coast. That no one's stopping that high-powered offense. Oregon State is a very good team, and obviously the whole Pac-12 we've talked about all year has been better than anybody thought they'd be. Just not enough to slow down that Washington attack. I think Washington wins and covers.
Yeah.
Well, if they win, they're covering because they're
stupid ass
2.5 point underdogs.
Wait, Washington's dog at Oregon State?
Yes, that's what we were saying.
Okay.
That's going in a parlay.
Go Huskies.
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with my co-host here. Washington all the way. Michael Penix has been, dude. At this point, if he who is realistically competing with him Heisman wise? Bo Nix. Yeah,
I saw some people trying to talk Marvin Harrison Jr. into the conversation.
Oh
too.
Yeah, he's been up there. Yeah, people have been talking about him.
I mean, he's a stud.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna go with Washington here. Michael Penix is gonna throw for probably 5 touchdowns, probably 400 yards. So yeah,
that is a hot take, and I like it.
So we'll, I think it'll be obviously a high-powered offense shootout kind of thing. Oregon State's had a great season. Obviously, they have 2 losses, one to Arizona by 3 points, as we stated earlier. Though, not like Arizona's a bad team. They put up a lot of points. So yeah, but yeah, I think Washington's offense is just too good with Michael Penix to lose here.
You can,
yeah.
You can get Washington to score over 35.5 points for plus 185.
Not bad.
I kind of like that, but
not bad.
We got to talk about our own schools. Not much to talk about on the Alabama front. We play Chattanooga at home.
The Mocs.
Not allowed to bet on it, unfortunately. Should be a good tune-up game for the Crimson Tide, potentially before the Iron Bowl Thanksgiving week. The Oklahoma State Cowboys, after shitting themselves in a massive disappointing game against UCF, losing at UCF 45-3, they travel this week down to Houston to take on the new Big 12 members, Houston Cougars. Oklahoma State is favored by 7 points going into Houston, who's currently 4-6 and lost to 2-7 Cincinnati last week. The Cougs are reeling. They played like shit the last 4 weeks. Dude. Does Oklahoma State pull their heads out of their asses?
Georgia has.
Very well.
I was looking at stats and a video popped up. My apologies. Continue.
We literally have to, because if Texas wins this weekend, they're playing Iowa State. Texas wins this weekend, which they most likely will, and Oklahoma State wins their last 2 games, which is Houston and BYU, who have both been awful this year, then we will be in the Big 12 championship. And so I think Gundy struggled a little bit last week. It was very similar to Kansas State last year in the sense of I don't think he had the guys ready, because you're coming off Bedlam, you're coming off really emotional. Obviously, there were some injuries and stuff too. I think he suffered the same thing that he did at Kansas State last year, where he did not have the guys ready for the game. UCF's offense is good. I mean, let's not discredit UCF in any capacity. Like, that quarterback is a stud, and they've got some ballers. We just weren't ready to play. I mean, completely honestly. I mean, that's why it was 45-3. Neither side of the ball wanted to play. Nobody was making any plays. Yeah, it was pretty bad. But yeah, we will go into Houston. We'll have our heads on straight, and then we'll come back home and finish it out at BYU, and we will be in the Big 12 championship.
If the Pokes can just not turn the damn ball over. Like, they turned the ball over like 3 times in the first half. Bowman threw a couple picks. Gordon put it on the ground. Like, just stop playing like idiots.
Yep.
It's just that easy.
It's really quite that simple.
The band is I'm part of marching band, and we will be going down with the team this weekend. So we will root them on to victory, and we'll play super loud just, for them. So yeah.
Did we go over our college football rankings, like the playoff rankings?
I mean, we can go over the top 10.
Yeah, we got to touch on the top 10.
Go ahead.
Came out. We're recording this on a Wednesday. The rankings came out yesterday evening. Not a whole lot of movement besides 2 very important spots at the top. They finally flip-flopped Georgia and Ohio State. Georgia is now the new number 1 after beating Mizzou.
Beating Ole Miss.
Not Mizzou. Ole Miss, sorry. Got Mizzou on the brain. They rent-free currently after they enter the top 10. So the top to bottom, we got Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, Florida State, Washington, Oregon, Texas, Alabama, Mizzou, the new team to the top 10, and then the Louisville Cardinals at number 10. 9 and 10, I don't think they've ever been ranked top 10 in the CFP.
Yeah, we need maximum chaos and have Louisville and Mizzou in the college football playoff. Any discrepancies with that?
Robbie and I were talking, and we were like, hey, if Oklahoma State does make the Big 12 championship and beats Texas,
they could do Alabama a huge favor.
Yeah, that would be kind of wild.
Yeah, but I mean, essentially, Alabama needs teams to lose, because if you end up with, even if they beat Georgia, you end up with an undefeated Pac-12 champion, an undefeated ACC champion in Florida State, an undefeated Big 10 champion, and Texas wins the Big 12, Alabama doesn't get in the playoff. And I don't really know that you can argue that.
Yep, I agree.
Because you can't put them in over an undefeated team, and you can't put them in over the team that beat them. Otherwise, you're saying the regular season doesn't matter. So they're not going to do that.
Well, they might. They might.
They shouldn't. That's from an Alabama fan. They should not do that. That's pretty silly. But need some help, even if they beat Georgia.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not. I mean, like you, I'm not really shocked at any of these. Maybe Louisville, I'm a little surprised at, but also they only have one.
I get the biggest surprise for me is not in the top 10 is Iowa at 16. They're not ranked
back in, baby. Back in, baby.
They're not ranked in the 8 people. They suck.
That's wild.
They're really bad.
Whoever they play between Ohio State and Michigan in the Big 12 championship, it's going to be a fucking bloodbath.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
If Iowa scores double-digit points in that game, that's a win. They should get to go to the college football playoff if they do that, honestly.
I'll donate $25 to the Children's Hospital. Watch it.
There you go. That goes hard.
Put them in the
the only ranking that's a little questionable, I think, too, is Oregon over Texas and Alabama, considering Oregon hasn't really beaten anyone of note. Yeah. They've looked really good beating up on bad teams.
Yeah.
But they haven't beaten anyone of note. So
it's fair. It's a fair point.
USC is their best win.
Yeah. I mean, and they barely lost to Washington. I'd say barely. It was like 10, wasn't it? So, yeah. I don't know. We will move on to the next thing. I have one more headline, and then we're going to get into our bracket, which we need to do a little quickly. But the last headline I have relates to Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball's competition committee is weighing a proposal that would reduce the pitch clock with runners on base from 20 seconds to 18 next season, aiming to reverse a late season trend that saw the average time of game increase by 7 minutes.
Hell yeah, all on board. The pitch clock is one of the best things they brought to baseball in recent memory.
Yep.
Cut it. They don't need fucking 20 seconds. That's fine.
Yeah. Just relax. Relax. Like, just pitch the ball. Damn it. In honor of the holiday of Thanksgiving next week, we are doing a Thanksgiving food bracket, which Ryan has said that he has a lot of opinions about.
Can-
We're going
Can we talk about that?
guy.
Can we talk about like Thanksgiving is like kind of underrated for real? Like
mid as
like-
holiday.
Shut the fuck up.
you're fucking wrong. Listen. Food check. Football check. And then I got Black Friday the next day, and I can go buy some shit I don't need. Like what's better than that?
On dime.
That's fair enough.
The fact that people would decorate for Christmas for Thanksgiving is also a big pet peeve of mine. I say as my entire apartment is covered in Christmas things.
Our parents did that because they won't be home in a few weeks.
Give Thanksgiving its respect. Put up some turkeys around the house. All right, come on now.
So I will say once again, in a goal for objectivity, I did look up United States like most popular Thanksgiving food. So I've taken the top 16 in terms. I weighted a few different websites. These aren't favorites.
Source.
So in our first matchup of the bracket, it's 16 seats here. Turkey versus broccoli.
Dude,
I'm just giving you the matchups, man. I don't
broccoli. No, I'm just kidding. It's turkey. It's turkey. I'm not even a big turkey guy, but like, it's turkey.
Right.
Turkey.
All right. In our second matchup, we have mac and cheese versus green beans / green bean casserole.
It's a hell of a matchup, honestly.
Green bean casserole is slept on.
Facts.
Let's. It deserves,
dude.
What are we doing?
Also, why is mac and cheese at 8? That's my biggest gripe. But the mac and cheese is seated too low.
This is 9. It was a 9 seed. Which
That's
is kind of why. This is not my seeding.
The hardest fucking strength of schedule this side of the Mississippi. Jesus Christ,
bro! The committee did a green bean casserole dirty, given the mac and cheese in the first round. Like that's just disgusting behavior.
That's a top 4 team that somehow slipped to 9.
And then we got green bean casserole that I'd probably put as a top 5 right there on the border. Wow. That also slept to 8.
Okay.
How many things you just said it's going on your plate? How many things are fitting on your fucking plate?
Brother, I'm getting 3 fucking plates. Have you seen the size of me? I mean, come on. Green bean casserole is a top 8 seed for sure. All day, every day.
I said they're right there. I think they could slide in that 5 spot. They could be a little lower, but they're around there.
5 is generous. They're 6 to 8. That's
okay. All right.
So who's winning? Who's winning, boys?
So somehow in an upset by the seeding, it's mac and cheese, but in our fans' hearts.
I need to speak with the committee because that's just disrespectful.
Yes. Yeah. I'm sorry. It's just how it was, how it played out. Next we have ham and potato salad.
Potato salad?
Yeah, potato salad.
Sorry, I choked. Yeah, it's fucking ham.
Bro, I fucking love ham.
Ham's kind of ham, right?
I fucking love
honey ham, a glazed honey ham.
Facts.
I was glazing the glazed honey ham. Sheesh.
This one's an interesting matchup because that was crazy. That was insane. That was
anyway.
I'm sorry. What?
This
pause.
This one's an interesting matchup from the perspective of they're basically in the same food family. So here it is: cornbread versus rolls.
Do we have desserts on this list?
Desserts are on this list, yeah.
Okay.
There's not very many though, but they are.
So my thing with cornbread is cornbread can either be elite or it can be the worst thing on the like display, right? Like if it's dry, like it's ass. Like let's not
dance around it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Like if my first bite at Thanksgiving is like a bite of like some dry ass turkey because someone didn't fucking do it right, followed up by like, man, that wasn't great. Let me get some of this cornbread, and then my mouth turns into the Sahara Desert. Someone's getting sucker punched.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Well, let's follow up the fact that you decided I just ate something dry, so let's go for bread, which
valid.
Also inherently could be dry. Like, yeah, it's just a bad move on your part, but I agree with the sentiment.
I was cooking. Let me cook.
So what's the thing?
Here's my debate: is Rolls is a more consistent player,
correct?
Much more consistent.
Yep.
But when cornbread is on its game, and especially you get some like jalapeno cornbread going, or these get a little crazy in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think cornbread shows up in this matchup, and I'm gonna take cornbread.
Oh wow. Fuck! I was going the opposite.
Really?
I was going with the safer player. it has flashes of brilliance, depending on the roll. Sometimes we get lazy and get just to the Hawaiian rolls. Hawaiian rolls fucking slap though.
So good, yeah.
Yeah, you ever had somebody bring in some like Texas Roadhouse rolls for Thanksgiving?
Dude, Hawaiian rolls and like good turkey and like spicy mustard on it.
Oh, even the Pillsbury crescent rolls, my G. I mean, those fucking slap too.
Yeah.
Bro, I made some like little sliders for the Masters this year. It was Hawaiian rolls, ham, and pimento cheese. Then I made this like butter and Worcestershire sauce thing to go on top, bro.
Ryan's gonna start slapping his desk again.
Yeah, that makes his computer shut off, so he can't do that.
Ryan, you're going rolls here.
That list made me emotional, Rob. We have to.
I'm glad. Yeah, I'll make it for you next time you're in town.
Ryan, any rolls?
I got to go with rolls.
Unfortunately, I have never been a huge cornbread fan, so I will have to go rolls here in this round.
In my mind, I think they show up for this game, but it sounds like you guys don't think they're going to be ready to play. So I can respect that. I can respect that pick.
Dude, this next round.
You gotta listen to the experts. You gotta listen to the experts sometimes.
This next round's heinous, just for me personally, just because I love them both. So mashed potatoes versus apple pie. I hate this round, dude. I hate this round. This is terrible. Oh my god, I can't do it.
This is Heartbreak City.
Dude, apple pie was a 14 seed.
No, I just
Heinous, heinous.
No,
bro, if I walk up to a table full of pies, like every pie in the world,
Yeah,
right.
I'm picking apple pie.
if it's if it's well made, 100%.
Like,
Brown
I
sugar
got
cinnamon crust, bro.
What a fucking crumble on that Johnson. Maybe some vanilla ice cream on the side.
If there's vanilla ice cream there, it's over. It's done. Does
But good mashed potatoes.
does apple pie get its wingman? Does it get vanilla ice cream?
It's listed as apple. Well, I feel like that's the kind of the whole thing, though. Like, no, we're gonna say no because it's apple pie as it's on its own.
Man, you fucking took one of his legs out from under him.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
That's a tough scene.
Listen, I love mashed potatoes. I don't know of anyone who doesn't love mashed potatoes.
Dude, I love apple pie.
But apple pie is probably my favorite dessert.
It's so
maybe not of all time, but favorite dessert at Thanksgiving for sure. And it's not really
yeah.
relatively close. I'm taking apple pie. I can't not move them on.
This
We need
one's
some dessert
hard.
representation too.
This one's hard as hell. Right, because I know this is breaking Ryan's heart because he loves mashed potatoes. He's a big mashed potatoes guy.
I need tissue. I'm tearing up.
I'm in tears. I'm in
This
tears.
is so bad. I know. I can't believe they got matched up. In the
If
first
we're
round,
playing fuck, marry, kill, and it's mashed potatoes, apple pie, and me, I'm getting
Married mashed potatoes. I'm fucking the apple pie.
and I'm killing me. It's just that simple.
This kills me.
Yeah.
It just in shambles.
We had one Thanksgiving where we had a family member that was responsible for bringing mashed potatoes that shouldn't have been responsible for bringing mashed potatoes. It's like no butter.
Yeah.
See mashed potatoes is kind of like cornbread. It can get real shitty real fast.
He's right. That's a fair
It
point.
can get real shitty real fast.
But it's
Apple pie
real
is pretty
hard to
consistent.
fuck up an apple pie.
Yeah, it's pretty
really hard to
consistent.
fuck up
I
an
don't
apple
think
pie.
I've had a bad apple pie.
But, so I think there's like a baseline of apple pie that's really hard to go below, but you could elevate that apple pie so far above that baseline.
I don't know. I'm in fucking shambles over here.
Well, I know what my selection is. So
What's your selection, Connor?
I would also, similar to Robbie, apple pie is one of my favorite desserts of all time. So I will have to go with apple pie.
All right, I'm pleading the fifth. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
You're outvoted no matter what.
That
I'm
one's
invoking
brutal.
my Fifth Amendment right.
I do love good mashed potatoes though are crazy.
Yeah.
Like let's be real. Our next one is corn versus sweet potatoes.
Like sweet potato casserole. Get some little
Any kind of
marshmallows
sweet
on
potato
top.
dish. Yeah.
I fuck with corn. I do. Big corn guy.
We're tight like that for real.
Yeah,
Yep.
for sure. One might say I'm familiar with his game.
Yeah, on God. Yeah.
Unlike Vernon Maxwell.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Sweet potatoes, though. Yeah, we go way back.
Yeah. Facts.
You know, homie. Yeah, he's the OG.
We've been there. So I got to go with the yams, the sweet potatoes on this Johnson.
I'm with Ryan. I a big sweet potato guy.
All right.
That's something that is absolutely on the plate every time I go back for like every second, third, fourth. Sweet potatoes make it on the plate every time.
Like this isn't necessarily related to Thanksgiving, but if you go to a restaurant, maybe you're getting like a sandwich or something, it either comes with fries or chips, and then you got like the premium sides, right? Like maybe an onion ring or fruit salad. And sometimes you see like sweet potatoes.
Sweet potato fries.
The only one that I'll get at a premium side are sweet potato fries.
Bro, I got a
very heavy with sweet potato fries.
I got a bag of sweet potato fries in the freezer right now. I might cook some of those Johnsons up after this podcast for real.
You're goddamn right. A little bit of spicy ketchup.
You ever had onion rings from Buffalo Wild Wings?
I can't say I'm familiar with this game.
Bro,
no.
I'm not kidding. I swear to God, I'm not kidding. So one of my friend buddies was like, "Dude, you need to go to Buffalo Wild Wings and try the onion rings." I was like, "Okay." Swear to God, I think they're the best onion rings I've ever had.
Tell you got to do.
I swear to God, they're like the best thing I've. It's crazy how good they are.
I mean, transparently with my co-host, producer, and the people that enjoy this podcast, I usually just go and house 30 wings by my lonesome.
Ryan, that was heinous when you said
that. Was heinous. That was really gross.
So I don't have a lot of
walk out of the restaurant. How did you walk out
with no pride? Absolutely.
Bro, they brought over the wings. I'm sitting there with the two Ladon brothers. They put them in front of me. I timed myself. I got through 25 of those Bad Johns in 15 minutes. Robbie looked up. He's like, "What the fuck did you do?" I'm like, "I was hungry."
Bro, put this man in a wing eating contest for real.
That's great.
Honestly,
the Joey Chestnut of
boneless Buffalo Wild Wings wings.
All right. Moving to the next matchup, we have gravy versus pumpkin pie. Look, Ryan is dying in this racket,
bro. It's because we love desserts. Look at us.
No, I gotta go gravy. I gotta go gravy. It elevates everything you put it on. Pumpkin pie is just, it's not even the best pie in the contest.
I think pumpkin pie is a little overrated for sure. I love some pumpkin pie, but I think it's a little overrated. Gravy's another one that you can fuck up gravy real quick. Put a little bit too much flour in that, Johnson.
But then it's a fucking paste. It's pretty easy to tell if gravy's like fucked.
This is a good point. This is a good point. I do agree. I do agree with Ryan that I do have to go with gravy here.
All right, last matchup of the first round here: glazed carrots versus stuffing.
Bro, question: where's pecan pie?
It didn't make the top 16 in terms of popularity, which I was a little
personally. That's blasphemous.
Agreed.
I agree.
Also, no cranberry sauce.
Yeah, good point.
Mom's gonna have a fit.
Damn, I might have actually missed that one.
You had to. There's no way.
Missed a whole fucking matchup.
Take. Last matchup of this round, we're gonna go cranberry sauce and stuffing.
Wait, what?
You said glazed carrots? I was really confused why carrots were up there. That definitely threw me.
Cranberry sauce and stuffing is the new matchup.
How did you end up with glazed carrots?
All right.
L.
Okay.
Cranberry sauce and stuffing.
There you go.
Why is my camera so fucking blurry?
It's all right. It fixes itself usually when I download it.
There's one thing that I needed every single Thanksgiving, and it's been a theme for the last decade. I gotta have that box of just that stovetop.
Isn't it cornbread stuffing?
I don't even fucking know what it is.
I think it's cornbread stuffing.
It's just kind of gas,
bro.
It's so good.
I fuck with stuffing heavy, and like there's so many different variations of stuffing, and they're all good.
Yeah.
I've never been a big cranberry sauce guy, to be honest. Never really played in that league. So
the $1.99 ready in 5 minutes stovetop cornbread stuffing goes
$2.
Yeah,
it's fucking economy too,
bro. And it's always $2. You can buy that shit anytime. That's the crazy part. You could always be eating stuffing out here.
All right, gonna move to round 2 here. This one's kind of wild. Turkey and mac and cheese.
Oh, that's crazy.
1-9 matchup.
By mass, those are the two most heavily eaten things on my plate. Besides,
100%.
Count. It's
yeah, you're right.
While Ryan's thinking here, I'll jump in. You give me ham, and you give me turkey. I'm taking ham, literally every single time. I got mac and cheese here. I love mac and cheese. It's the superstar side. I think turkey can be replaced, fellas. I haven't had turkey at Thanksgiving in a while.
Wow.
But yeah, I've been having some
That's
steak lately. To be honest,
That's a heinous take.
That is kind of I don't love that take.
I don't think I'm having turkey this year either. So
Damn.
And I love you like a brother, but I think you got an unseasoned palate. You enjoy vinegar-based barbecue sauce, so I can let.
Bro, you're eating turkey. It's like the most bland meat out there. What does this take?
I'll also give him
just
that.
means you've had terrible ass turkey.
Also
Never had a smoked turkey, a fried turkey. I mean, fuck.
From feed store, the little smoke ring on the turkey.
Dude, if you pull that Turkey Johnson out and put it on the table and it's got a smoke ring, you're in good hands.
You're cooked.
You really are.
You're where you need to be.
That being said,
Yeah.
mac and cheese is a staple at Thanksgiving. It's a new player to the game.
Facts,
but
yeah.
It's an all pro every year.
Like, you got the young gun beating the old head.
Hey Ryan, who made the mac and cheese last year?
That's your boy over there.
That
man-
Good shit.
Yeah, brother.
That man was pulling out shit from the fridge, and I was like, Connor, is that Gruyere? And he's like,
Bro,
damn straight.
bro, that's the fucking key to mac and cheese. On God, when I have a recipe that I make mac and cheese, and it has Gruyere because that's the player right there.
This is a very personal opinion. People who use breadcrumbs on mac and cheese are idiots. Breadcrumbs are not that good. Just put cheese on it and broil it. That's how you get the crust.
That's
You just
people
broil
want the
it.
texture, but the
Ugh,
breadcrumbs
it's
don't bring
not
any flavor
good.
to it. I
No,
don't
that's what I'm
like
saying.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just put cheese and broil it. Like I do not understand the breadcrumbs on top of mac and cheese. All right, mac and cheese moves on.
all right.
I think that's Connor
Turkey-
saying he would have taken mac and cheese there. So
I think if Turkey got a real bad draw,
facts.
Turkey
Yeah,
got a really
100%.
bad draw here.
All right, we're gonna go ham and rolls. These are
Rob,
both
you
pretty
kill
heavy
me
hitters
if I
too.
don't take
The
ham.
the problem is they play so well together. You know,
They
put
do, yeah.
that
they
leftover sandwich with some
Oh.
ham on a roll, bro.
do. I'm
I
so
mean,
hungry.
when I think of a pick and roll duo,
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think of ham and rolls. Yeah, I cooked.
John Stockton, Karl Malone, if you will.
Yeah.
Dude, I got ham and rolls over John Stockton and come on, for real. Pick and roll matchups. I got ham and rolls.
We just can't get to the semifinals without having some meat on the board.
Pause,
Some
but,
protein.
Resume. Yeah, you heard me.
So
I
we
gotta
both
go
going
with
ham here?
Gotta go with ham.
I agree.
All right, ham. All right. Apple pie and sweet potatoes.
Apple pie.
Agreed.
Didn't have to think too much about that one.
Yeah.
All right,
The problem is sweet potato plays out of its like league, you know, like it
Yeah.
kind of tastes like a dessert, but it plays in the main course. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just a little out of place in that.
all right, gravy and stuffing.
Man,
Again.
put those two together, and I'm fucking
Again.
horny.
Again.
To clarify, because some people actually, I've seen people refer to stuffing as gravy before. Stuffing is the more like actual food, like one whereas gravy is more the sauce and the more.
I didn't think that needed to be clarified, but apparently
People call stuffing gravy. Like that's
weird.
I've seen that before.
that's odd. They're two different things.
No, what are you thinking?
So I'm just thinking. I'm thinking about my plate here as we moved into the semifinals, and
Think out loud.
you know, there's not a lot of guys in the semis right now that gravy's going to play with.
Mm.
We're missing turkey. We're missing mashed potatoes. We got stuffing right here. I just don't see gravy playing with those guys in the next round. If you give me a plate with some ham, some mac and cheese, some stuffing, and then finish off with some apple pie, like I'm gonna be a pretty happy guy, man. I'm gonna be happy.
Damn.
I mean, you convinced me with that monologue right there. I mean,
Yeah, I got stuffing. That's
who
where we're at.
allowed you to cook? Because
I just cooked for real.
I have to follow them.
We're in the final four. Our first matchup of the final four. It's mac and cheese versus ham.
We knew this was going to happen.
Mhm.
Yeah,
We did.
We already saw turkey fall
This is true.
to the creamy goodness of noodles.
And I think Nudes does it again.
Back to back.
I do in fact think nudes knocks off both proteins in this bracket.
I know Connor's down.
It's gotta be done.
It's not a question for the
It has
man
to be
over
done.
there.
It's got to be done. Mac and cheese moves through to the finals, and then on the other
I
side
don't get abstain.
we have apple pie and stuffing.
Stuffing had a good run, man.
Agreed.
Great player.
And then the finals is mac and cheese versus apple pie, a 9-14 matchup.
If you had told me at the beginning just to pick two Thanksgiving foods, this is where I would have ended up.
Yes.
100%. This is where I would have ended up.
So by the
so
seeding,
bad.
this was one of the biggest Vegas busts of all the time. But in my heart, this is chalk.
Listen, the committee got it wrong. All right, we can say that the committee got the seeding wrong.
But the two best teams got there. Yeah.
Dude, this one is insane. I have no idea. Because they're two completely different moods. That's the problem. They're two
allow me to think out loud again.
He's cooking again.
Let me think out loud again.
Yeah.
There's a lot of times you can eat mac and cheese. Mac and cheese is a year round type of guy. Like let's not gloss over that fact. If it's the fall, it's a little chilly outside. No, we're from the South. It doesn't get that cold. But it's a little chilly for us. It's probably in the 30s or 40s. You give me some warm apple pie. That's fall right there, man. That's fall. That's me walking to the couch because we just finished lunch and I get to go watch the Cowboys lose their Thanksgiving game. That's the memory right there. That's a core memory right there. Taking the apple pie to the couch, finishing it off, watching the Cowboys. I got apple pie.
God, Robbie just took me home and put me in that scenario. That was pretty crazy. I was there.
If you're full, you'll turn down mac and cheese.
Yeah.
This
is a great one.
That's a good point. That's a really good point.
But you always got enough room for just one more.
Let him
cut me off a small slice.
Let him cook.
That's because you got the dessert stomach along with the normal stomach. You know what I'm saying? The dessert stomach is there for a reason.
That actually completely sold me. That's so valid. Yep. I cannot believe that apple pie won our Thanksgiving bracket.
I 100% can.
14 like apple pie.
Best team won.
That's absolutely insane. So yeah, apple pie wins the bracket. You got to hear some of Ryan's food opinions here, some of Robbie's food opinions, some of mine.
They're hot and ready, baby.
Well, maybe we'll get a graphic out for the Instagram and let people be upset about that, because I know people will be upset about Turkey not making it to the final four.
I think they should be more upset about the seeding that we got. I mean,
agreed.
We did the best with what we could do.
I will say that Thanksgiving, I think I say that's a little more mid too, because I don't like some Thanksgiving foods. So realistically, my plate is just about 5 things that I just like load up on, and the rest, because like I don't like sweet potatoes, I don't really like stuffing, I don't really like cornbread, and so it's like stuff that I don't really like during Thanksgiving.
Honestly, the only thing that's not making on my plate at Thanksgiving is probably cranberry sauce.
Yeah, I don't really like cranberry sauce either. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah.
And if I can be truthful with our listeners and viewers right now, on my one monitor right here, I'm got the podcast up, everything associated. On my second monitor, it's just Amazon listing for the stovetop cornbread stuffing.
Is it in your cart?
Subscribe and save, baby. For $2.
Subscribe and get monthly deliveries of stovetop stuffing. That's good stuff. That's good stuff.
All right, gents. Who wants to sign us out?
I'll sign us off for myself and Ryan and Connor. Thank you for listening. If you don't listen to this before, or if you listen to this before Thanksgiving, have a great Thanksgiving. Spend time with your families. Be thankful for what you have. Have a great day, and please gamble responsibly.
Quickly, just to interject myself here, I have a song coming out on Friday at 12 p.m. Central Time. I know it's kind of a weird time, but I had to do that for various reasons. So 12 p.m. Central Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. It's called Can't Get Enough. It's under my name, Connor Doyle. That's how I'm listed on Spotify. So if you have any interest, make some R&B music. So that's what that song's going to be kind of revolving around. So if you have interest, please go ahead and check it out. Yeah, please gamble responsibly. On God. Go Pokes, baby.
Roll Tide.